Welcome back to another edition of Home Climbing Wall TV. I'm your host, Chris Gonzalez, and this week we're headed to Westminster, Colorado. But before we do, don't forget to check out all these special deals from our sponsors, and also stay tuned to win some incredible gear. All right, let's get to it.
Hey guys, this is Vincent, and this is my climbing wall. So this is my moonboard set up. I've got it in my garage here. I was lucky enough to be able to get enough ceiling height, just barely enough, on the top here, to where I put some thin insulation between the top of the board and actually the OSB on the next floor. I had to cut this out, and luckily there was no foundational or structural wood that I had to go through. So I got kind of lucky. So I've got the 2016 setup. A buddy of mine, we both have this setup so we can kind of go back and forth to each other's houses and play with it. I was lucky enough to find a really nice big crash pad on Craigslist right around the time I was building this. And it's about the size of a queen size bed. And then I've got just a really large, black diamond other crash pad. And this is actually like more than enough. Once in a while, I'll grab an extra pad and put it on the side. If you're doing anything dynamic, if you're throwing for a big hold or anything like that. So a couple things though about the board in the construction. Originally, I started my footboard about 4 inches over and realized that it was too close to the wall. I didn't have a ton of room in this garage, but I was able to move it over 10 inches and it's perfect. Some people, they frame out the back of their woodies by putting 2x4s or 2x6s in between your main posts. And I didn't find that necessary. So what I did instead was just put a 2x4, a couple 2x4s behind the 2x6 posts. As you can see up here, you can see by putting it, just securing it on the back, it gives you more room for your bolts in the back and getting back here. Another thing I did was I actually, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff up here, but it works really well for storage. I put my bikes up here and all my gear. There's actually some storage underneath here as well. So I built out a shelf here with hinges back here. And so this opens if I need to get down here. And that's if I ever build out a wall here, or this gets blocked off, I can always access inside that like a little chest. So it's great for gear. Also what I've got and what I've started to do is I've started to put up a campus board. Now I'm still kind of fixing this campus board up. It's not exactly how I want it yet, but I just was kind of giving it a try, especially with the dimensions of my vehicle. I didn't want it to come out too much, but I've already made a mistake on this one. It's not far enough and angled out enough to be really a good campus board. Ideally, you would want at least 12 inches and at least maybe 10 to 15 degrees. So that still needs some work. What I've done too with the board is, I've added a lot of holds myself. Now, when you're building one of these, you can put the T-nuts just in the spots that the moon board requires, but I also, my board also has some in between each of those T-nuts so that I can put holds in between. So I still plan to get more holds so I can put more, some climbs of my own. And the only problem with that is for climbers like me that are not as exact when they're climbing, I get scraped up a lot on my, on my arms. So anytime I put a jug in the middle of the board, at some point I end up hitting it with my arm. So I have to make sure and either get those out of the way, or for the most part I can't put a ton of big jugs in the middle of the wall. So as you can see, a lot of the jugs on the wall are kind of on the outsides right now, and for the warm up. Once I get a little more in control and a little stronger, I think you can start putting more holds in the middle. And at this point, I've only had this less than a year. A lot of times I'm just flailing, on this 40 degrees, trying to get up this thing. So absolutely love it. I climb on it, like I said, all the time, and I don't plan to slow down on that.
Movement Training Co. is helping outdoor enthusiasts prepare their bodies to adventure forever. If your training routine only involves climbing, then you're missing out on a whole world of opportunity in both preparation and recovery, which would allow you to climb harder and better. To learn more about what they can do for you, head over to movementtraining.co. Vision climbing is merging old school wisdom with a new school technology, so you can climb smarter with Vision. One of the great things that they offer is the ability to color match any hold set that you already have, so you can keep things nice and consistent on your wall. Or if you want to get a little creative, have them pour a custom mixture just for you. If you can dream it, they can pour it. So with moonboarding being such a specific style of climbing, how have you seen that transfer to your climbing both outdoors and in the gym?
You know, I feel like the main thing you notice is the finger strength. Using your fingers in a more dynamic way than maybe just hangboarding and having general stronger hands. So in the gym, it's helped a lot with like bouldering and some of the roof climbs in the gym. But mostly I've noticed after using the moonboard for a lot, I've been able to climb some of the harder sport climbs, some of the roof, overhanging roof climbs that I was struggling on, I was able to actually send. And it wasn't necessarily all because of my finger strength and technique, but it was more the moonboard teaches you to commit to those movements of, really dynamic, leaps and dynos that you just have to kind of go for it. And you're not always going for a jug. You might be doing a really dynamic move to an okay crimp. And that is where, before using moonboard, I really struggled with. So I think for me, that's been the biggest help. Now I've only started the moonboard last year. So we'll see where it takes me and how much more strength and advantages I can have in the future with it. But so far, yeah, I'm really loving it. Hey guys, thanks for coming over and climbing on my wall and checking it out. But I gotta eat dinner, so you gotta leave.
Thanks so much, Vincent, for showing us around your home climbing wall and giving us a chance to see what you've built in your own garage. All right, and now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's giveaway time. This week's winner is Anthony D. Congratulations on winning the gear from Neon Climbing Accessories and holds from Vision Climbing. Shoot us a DM over on Instagram. We'll make sure you are in fact you, and we'll get you all your goodies. All right, this week's giveaway, we're giving away more holds from Vision Climbing. And if you haven't climbed on their holds yet, you're missing out. I just got a bunch of the tiny little bolt-on footholds, and they're so low profile that they're wonderfully frustrating in a good way. A lot of times the bolt-on footholds are really just crimps that you could be climbing on with your hands, but these are genuinely tiny footholds and I'm loving them. Not only that, but we also have Chalk Cartel on board this week, who are giving away a chalk and brush bundle, and they're also offering a discount code HCWtv for all of our viewers. And with that, you save 20% off one complete purchase. All right, how do you win these things? Simple as always. 1, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. 2, use the hashtag HCWtv contest and tell us something that you liked about this video right down in the comments here on YouTube. And number 3, follow our sponsors over on Instagram, and we've made that super simple as always with the links right down in the description. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we look forward to seeing you in next week's episode.